Good morning from historic Crocker Field here in Fitchburg as we get ready for the Chicken Bowl, the annual JV matchup between Fitchburg and Leominster as we kick off rivalry weekend here on FATV. I'm John Gugerty, joined as always by Dan Bullock. Dan, it is cold, it is gray, it is dreary, but there is football, so it could be worse.
There is football, and in years past, when you have the game here at Crocker Field and there was grass on the field, you'd be thinking conditions like this, oh, how is the field going to hold up for all of this? But now we don't have to worry about that anymore.
That's true. You think back a few years, back at the natural surface before the renovations that have been undertaken most of this decade, it would be awful. Even though it has stopped raining, it was raining plenty before this game kicked off. It would have been bad. Captains are heading out to midfield. We'll see some names we don't usually see for the Red Raiders. Dan, I know you call a fair number of games for the Blue Devils. We'll get to see a little bit deeper into their depth chart as well.
A little bit. Most of these guys are players that I haven't had a chance to say their names this season. As we look at the captains at midfield for the Blue Devils, it's Jake Economo, Esteban Figueroa, John Monahan, Rajon Curley-White, and JDL Roman. For the Red Raiders, Jordan Carrillo Jr. is joined by John Hartwell Cormier and Blake Doyle. The last two are guys who have regularly factored into the varsity lineup because of the fact that, after all, this Raider team is so young.
The varsity Red Raiders do get a number of contributions from freshmen and sophomores. We'll see a little bit more of that side here in the Chicken Bowl, again, as we get ready for the 144th varsity meeting between Fitchburg and Leominster coming up this coming Thursday. Also, right here at Crocker Field. It's a little bit unusual this year. Second straight year the Chicken Bowl has been here at Crocker. We get to do both games right here in Fitchburg.
Yes, normally that wouldn't be the case. However, Doyle Field was selected as one of the two host sites for the state soccer championships. They had 2 games last night and 4 games today. And because Doyle's going to be so busy today, the Chicken Bowl and all the festivities that would normally be at Doyle are here today.
Hey, we here in Fitchburg will take it. Red Raiders have won the toss and elected to receive, so we'll see Fitchburg's JV offense first against the Blue Devils of Leominster. Fitchburg, of course, in the brick and pewter, Leominster in the blue and white. Do the Blue Devils have fancy colors? They're the Blue Devils. I imagine they just call it blue.
Yeah, blue and white is good enough, except for the time when they wear black. And I think when we have the flag football game, we'll be seeing some black jerseys with blue numbers later on. Now, because this is a junior varsity game, there are no kickoffs. They'll just spot the ball right at the 30-yard line. So that Fitchburg has received. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 from the 30.
Get to see the Red Raider offense. They'll go right to left in the first quarter. 10-minute quarters here at the JV level. A little bit different from the varsity side. Do see Blake Doyle, one of the captains, in there for Fitchburg. He will be the quarterback for the Red Raiders today.
Indeed he will be. See the Raiders setting up an I formation on 1st and 10. It will be a handoff going right up the middle, battling and fighting for yardage, but holding strong was the Leominster D-line, running right into the wall there for the Red Raiders was Cole Lashua, who's another player we've seen factor into the offense this season, mainly as a wide receiver, but he gets the first snap of the contest.
2nd down and 9.
Lashua, one of many players here who are freshmen, sophomores, figure to be big contributors to the Red Raiders in the years to come. Lines up as the fullback as Fitchburg gets ready for their 2nd down play.
One receiver to either side. They'll go to the tailback up the middle. That's Dione Cruz. Gets a little more yardage this time. Gets himself out to the 36-yard line. Cruz has gotten a couple of handoffs down the line this season. Has 10 tackles on defense. He's just a freshman.
Picks up about 5. We'll call it 3rd and 4.
Typically, Dan, this is what we're going to see at the JV level. Offenses a little more conventional, a little more traditional. And typically, you don't have the developed arm strength at quarterback. They don't have the reps. So I'm not saying we're not going to see any passes, but we're not going to see too many. I think that would be fair to say.
Perhaps not out of the Raiders. Looking at the Raiders, they've got about maybe 20 or so dressed for today's contest. It's up the middle. It's going to be Another new running back this time. Give that one to Shea Richardson. He's a senior, but hasn't factored too much into the offense this season. Has just a tackle to his name this season. Or maybe Jacole Lashua had the carry that time, and I'm just misreading.
That last carry brings up a 4th and 1.
I saw the 8, but I guess I didn't see the 7.
Spotted at the 39.
Got 3 yards.
I honestly thought it was Hartwell Cormier who got the carry, so I'm just completely wrong.
Hartwell Cormier is the tailback. Lashua is the fullback on 4th down and 1, and it's going to be a drive right up the middle, a fullback dive, and it's going to be good enough for the first down. You can see the line really putting a lot of work in there, and Lashua makes it to the 43-yard line. Move the chains for a first down.
Great second and third effort by Lashua, but I also want to call out the blocking there. Tremendous job done. Jordan Carrillo was there for the Red Raiders. Daniel Munoz as well, helping to just push the pile forward, get the first down.
Jorge, let's go!
7:25 to go in the first quarter of the Chicken Bowl.
72. 72's huge.
As the Raiders line up at the 43-yard line, near side hash. Change up the formation a little bit. Doyle will try a throw as he was trying to find Alex Forrett. He was cutting across the field, but that was knocked down at the line.
Albert Lopez provided the coverage for Leominster. I also noticed, Dan, the left tackle for Fitchburg, Damian Fenzel-Lewis, he was lined up a good step back, and we hadn't seen that on the other running plays that Fitchburg had run. The first time they go to the air, Fenzel-Lewis, I don't know if it's instinct or the way he's coached or what, but he had lined up just at the line of scrimmage a good step back. It provided maybe a little bit of a tell. You know, something looks different here. Hold up.
Albert Lopez, if you watched last year's Chicken Bowl, you would have heard his name in the contest, but he was wearing number 2 in red. He's a freshman now. He transferred along. Deone Cruz gets the handoff and then has to dike out of one tackle attempt. Finally goes forward, but is only able to get to the 41-yard line, or he's taken to the ground. Jorge Toral in on that tackle for the Blue Devils.
Lopez was in on that play again as well, Dan. He had the initial penetration. It was good work by Cruz to evade the tackle by him, but then by the time he had gotten rid of Lopez, there were 2 more Blue Devils swarming around him and couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Loss of 2 yards brings up a 3rd and 12.
So we saw Fitchburg willing to go to the air, and now we see them lining up shotgun.
Shotgun, empty backfield as well. 5 wide receivers, although Lashua steps far enough back that he could be called a running back. Ultimately, it's a throw to the left side that dies before it can get to Deone Cruz.
And we mentioned it's not raining now. It had been raining earlier. Playing surface might still be a little slick. I don't think Doyle really had the grip that he wanted on that ball. Definitely didn't deliver a tight spiral. Trying to hit Deone Cruz, coverage provided by Mason Martin.
Raiders choosing the punt here.
Raiders going to punt here, and in the JV level, punts are non-contested. They snap it to the punter. We'll kick it downfield, and then the returner will just down it wherever it may be, and that was Jeremiah Cruz, sophomore, who will down it at the 32-yard line.
Where the Blue Devils will take over, 1st and 10. 6 minutes here in the first quarter to play.
6 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Red Raiders got, I believe, just the 1 first down on their first possession before having to kick it away.
5 carries for 11 yards, and they had 2 incomplete passes as well. See what the Blue Devils bring to the table today. We expect Jake Economo to be the starting quarterback. He is a freshman wearing number 17. Rajon Curly White stands to his left. On 1st and 10, it is Curly White who will take the carry. Hartwell Cormier immediately has him wrapped up, but Curly White's able to stay on his feet. He's very hard to take down, It takes reinforcements
in on the
to bring him
tackle
down,
was
and by that
Hartwell
point,
Cormier.
Curly White's
Number
able to
1
get
for
to
the
the
Red
38-yard line.
Picks up 6
Hartwell
yards on the play. It's
Cormier
gonna make it
had
2nd and
him
4.
wrapped around the waist. It almost looked like he was going for the ball rather than just trying to drive Curly White down and make the tackle. That gave the ball carrier the opportunity to just keep his legs churning, keep moving forward. Got an extra couple yards out of it.
2nd down and 4 to go. 4 wide setup. It's Curly White again going out to the left side. He's got a 1st down and more. Past midfield to the 40, to the 30. Now he cuts around the 20-yard line and is taken down at the 15-yard line. Cruz getting in on the tackle for the Red Raiders. And a big run there for the freshman, Rajon Curly White.
Excellent initial blocking by the Blue Devil offensive line. Great vision as well by Curly White. But I want to call out the work Deani Cruz did. He was lined up as the left side cornerback on the defensive side, and that play ran to the defensive right. He came diagonally across the whole field to make a touchdown-saving tackle.
47-yard run there for Rajon Curly White, and now takes 3 different Raiders to take down Curly White as he's now inside the 10-yard line.
Hartwell Cormier and Lamboy Fonseca for the Red Raiders on that last tackle.
Bring him all the way to the 9-yard line.
6, going to be 2nd and 4.
Curly
Just
White
inside the 10.
is a running back here, but he has factored into the varsity a little bit on defense as a defensive back. Has 6.5 tackles on the campaign. Has become a trusted option in the defensive side of the ball for Devin Gates later on in this freshman campaign. 2nd down, a floated snap to Economo, but he's able to throw a bullet to the right side.
Economo's pass falls incomplete.
Probably badly overthrown for the intended target, who I'm going to give to Quentin Jacobs.
I will disagree with you. With all due respect, of course, I think that pass was intended for John Monahan coming across on a crossing route over the middle. Just a little bit too tall for Monahan, who is himself a fairly tall fella.
I mean, we'd have to take charitable guesses on balls that are thrown into patches of sprint turf.
This is true.
3rd down and 4 to go. Blue Devils have to get to the 5 for a fresh set of downs. No frills here. It's going to be Curly White who will take it there. And he stays on his feet after making contact with the first man, but the 2nd and 3rd will take him down to the floor at the 3-yard line.
Along with a little help.
And again, this is just great work by the Blue Devil offensive line, opening up that initial hole. Curly White wasn't even touched until he had already picked up the 1st down.
So it's a 1st and goal now for the Blue Devils.
Didn't need any frills on that one.
Line.
3 yards from goal. 2 receivers out to the left side. Curly White stands to the right of Economo. He'll take it there, try to cut up the middle, but there's nothing there. A number of Raiders coming in to break that up. The first 2 to arrive, Daniel Matias and Damian Fenzel-Lewis.
This time the Raiders stacked everyone on the right side of their defensive line. They had 2 unblocked rushers coming from the offensive line's left side. They were able to get into the backfield and blow that play up before it could even really begin.
-2 yards for Curly White on that. 2nd and goal from the 5. Economo's rolling to the right. He wants to throw the ball. He will throw the ball. Had a man wide open, but overthrew.
Economo's pass.
He wanted to go to the right side for Elijah Killebrew. But just out of his reach, and Killebrew's momentum took him all the way across the track and a leap over the barriers, also to retrieve the football, of course.
That's important as well.
Intended pass there, Elijah.
It's a good football. They want to use it. Third and goal from the 5-yard line.
3rd and goal now.
2 receivers to the right side. Killebrew joined by Yanzi Alvarez out there on that right side. And Economo will throw to the right and over the middle. It is caught by Alvarez. It's a touchdown for the Blue Devils.
Alvarez, number 12.
Just a quick slant to the receiver in the right-hand slot. Yanzi Alvarez made one little move to his right and then cut back to the left. Got himself plenty of space. And Economo threw a strike for the touchdown.
Alvarez is a sophomore. He's done some kick returning for the Blue Devils this season. on the varsity side, and now he gets the 3-yard touchdown catch to make it 6-0. 2-point conversion attempt coming for the blue and white. We'll continue to work out of the shotgun formation. Economo rolls to the right. He's going to try to take it himself, and he's going to get to the pylon on the near side. 2-point conversion is good for Leominster. 3:14 to go in the first quarter, and the Blue Devils lead 8-0.
I don't think that was a designed run, Dan. I think Economo made the decision pretty quickly that nobody was going to get open. Cole Lashua did pretty much everything that he could in the open field trying to get Economo to the sideline. Economo just a little bit quicker. He was able to slip in, get the ball ahead of the goal line before stepping out of bounds and get the 2 points.
The drive went 7 plays for 68 yards and took 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Ends with the 5-yard touchdown throw from Jake Economo to Yancy Alvarez.
I think there was a hold, however, Dan. They're lining up to go for it again.
This time Economo scrambles out to the left side, dives out of a lot of players, cutting around at the 5-yard line. There is a flag as Economo gets wrapped up.
So we apologize. We missed the flag on that last play, and Leominster was making their second attempt at 2 points.
So Rip Charter signals that it is another hold against the Blue Devils. This one will be declined, and the conversion is void. It is 6-0 with 3:14 to go in the first.
That play against Leominster is declined, and the Red Raiders take over the ball.
On the second attempt, we at least saw the flag come in from the far side and knew pretty quickly that even if Leominster got in, they were going to have to try it again. But again, as there are no kickoffs at the JV level, Red Raiders will get the ball back, 1st and 10 at their own 30. 3:14 to play here in the first quarter.
Raiders got 11 yards of offense and a first down on their first drive of the contest. It's going to be the tailback, that is Cruz, who's speared right down at the line of scrimmage. It is Cody Piazza, the sophomore, who is the first to arrive. Take him right down to the turf. No gain.
Cody Piazza on that.
Great job from Piazza coming in from that middle linebacker position.
2nd and 10.
Just delivered a good, clean, hard hit right around the waist. Hit him hard, wrap your arms around him, drive him to the turf. It's a very well executed tackle by Piazza.
Nothing gained on first down. Raiders did try throwing a little bit on the last drive. And Doyle's going to roll around and try to do something there, but he ends up getting taken right down by Jaden Jones.
Behind the line of scrimmage by Jaden Jones, number 59.
Jones, former Red Raider, was one of the leading tacklers for the Red and Gray last season, but made the transfer over to Leominster. And he makes an impact here on the Chicken Bowl.
Jones just overpowered the Raider offensive lineman in front of him. He was still half engaged in that block, but was able to drive forward, get to Doyle, and bring him down.
Now just inside the 25 at the 24.
Loss of 6 yards, and 3rd and long coming. I think Doyle had some intention of passing, but never got the opportunity. Now he's going to throw all day long and had a lot of trouble really getting a good grip on the football. It flies wobbly past Cole Lashua and incomplete.
Brings up a 4th and 16 now.
Raiders will go 3 and out on their second drive of the contest.
Kick this done.
And Lashua will boot it away. Ball will bounce out of bounds around midfield. So the punt goes to midfield. I've now been informed there are some late-breaking roster changes, so Mr. Gugerty is now securing those for us.
Yes, indeed, Dan. We had previously credited Cody Piazza with a couple of good plays on defense for Leominster. And listen, I am sure that Mr. Piazza is a wonderful player. However, today, the man wearing 36 in blue is Devontae LaRosa Little. So our apologies and now proper credit
From the
to him.
50-yard line.
You only know what you know. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils, and it's a new running back taking it on first down. Will be wrestled to the ground by Jordan Carrillo
carrying the
Jr.
ball that time
That
for
was Christopher
Leominster.
Guerrero.
Jordan Carrillo.
Guerrero,
Jr.
the
on
sophomore,
tackle
picking
that
up
last time.
6-7 yards, something like that.
Ended up being 8. They gave him to the 42.
Try to make one joke.
So 2nd and 2 here from the 42.
2nd down and 2, but
have a
Mr.
flag.
Charters not happy with what the Blue Devils was doing with the moving around and all that junk. And he'll back him up 5 for that.
Start is signaled on the play. That'll be a loss of 5.
Really, Dan, it seems like the only
So it's gonna be
consistent thing
2nd
that
and
can
7
stop
now.
Leominster through this first
We
quarter
do have
is
one
Leominster.
number correction.
We've had a couple of penalties.
So
One
the
took a couple
36
points
is
off the
being
board.
worn by
A
Devontae
false
Little.
start here brings him back
So-
another 5 yards.
Sorry about that, Devontae. Appreciate your tackles earlier in the quarter. We'll get it
To
right
the
the rest of the way.
47-yard line. With Guerrero to the right of Economo. 3 available receivers on the left side, and Economo is scrambling. Lamboy with the pressure. Economo finally gets a push on the back
Economo
there
finally pushed
as
out of
he's
bounds.
knocked out of bounds. Gets to the 44-yard line, so ultimately after all of that scrambling, it is a gain of 3 yards.
Josh Lamboy and Doi Yang were both all over Economo as he was trying to get rid of that ball. We saw Economo do almost a pump fake. It got Yang to pull up trying to block the pass, but that just faked him out and was able to allow Economo to pick up a few extra yards.
So 3rd and 5 now from the 45-yard line.
3rd and 5 now for the Blue Devils. Probably 4 down territory, but we now have whistles again. It's once again a false start against the Blue Devils.
Blue Devil fans here in attendance encouraging their team to clean it up. There are a fair number of seats still available. We encourage you, if you're in town, to come on down.
Third down. Economo going to air it out. Deep ball. Downfield. Nearly caught.
The Economo's pass.
A great effort there by Jonah Babcock, but it falls in and out of his hands.
Just a
gonna bring up fourth
little
down.
bit too long for him. Babcock did everything he could, went full extension, just couldn't. He got his fingertips on the ball, but he wasn't able to bring it in. Would have been, if he had made the catch and stayed on his feet, a pretty easy walk-in touchdown from there. Would have been his second of the season.
He caught a pass for 70-some-odd yards earlier this year against Westboro. It came from a Westboro Ranger quarterback and not from Economo or Cyrus Lopez or anyone else. But hey, pick six is pick six and touchdown's a touchdown. Economo's going to dance on the ground, get as many yards as he can. He's going to get all of the yards. He's going to get all 50 of them. Touchdown. Provisional touchdown for the Blue Devils.
I think at least part of this is coming back, Dan. Way downfield, I believe it was Guerrero engaged with Alex Ferret. Flag came in. Flag was thrown at about the 10-15 yard line. So it's well downfield. The run is good. It's going to be a first down for the Blue Devils. But the touchdown comes off the board.
As a result of where the penalty occurred.
Some great moves there in a 35-yard run for Economo.
But the first down happens.
Will earn the first down, but the
And it's
downfield
1st and 10
hold
from the 25
will
yard
bring it
line.
back to the 25. So with all that, that's half the field gone. Albert Lopez will get the carry, and he shook out of one tackle. And he's thrown down at the 15-yard line.
Brought down by Blake Jeffreyon.
Blake Jeffreyon gets the tackle for the Red Raiders, and that's 1/4 time.
And that's it for the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. The score
Lopez basically just barreled through Josh Lamboy. Lamboy tried to spin him to the ground. Lopez wasn't having any of that. Jeffreyon got him again a little bit further downfield, and he was able to make the tackle. The Blue Devils, for the most part, they have gone to the air a couple of times, but for the most part, Dan, they've been able to really just impose their will on Fitchburg, moving the ball on the ground, getting big, big gains.
We've seen 6 passes attempted in this contest. Only 1 has been completed, and that was the score. Economo finding Yancy Alvarez for a 5-yard strike. The last run going to the 15-yard line. Through 1/4 of play, Leominster 12 plays for 123 yards. Fitchburg has 10 plays for 5 yards.
Not ideal if you're a Fitchburg fan. I think that's fair to say. But, you know, it's only 1/4.
Yep. And this Fitchburg team, as we know, they're very young. They've been very young. And about 20-odd players dressing up today. 25 is the exact count from Mr. Sean Sweeney. I want to mention, too, the Raiders varsity team, 2-8 this season, came away with a very nice win over Air Shirley last week, 22-20. It was a tremendous game that went right down to the wire. The Panthers had a chance to tie it on a 2-point conversion in the final minute and change, but Zaylin Harper-Coleman was able to make a great tackle to keep the Panthers off the board on that and ultimately seal the victory.
As we get underway with the second quarter, play action pass. Economo throws for the end zone. Pass a little bit too high and incomplete. He was trying to hit Jonah Babcock. Good coverage for the Raiders by William Jeffries. Jeffries, the junior, does have a tackle for the varsity side this year. Matched up one-on-one with the sophomore Babcock there. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Leominster.
Both these teams, how they operate their varsity rosters, it's their varsity roster, but also their JV1 roster. So all the numbers should be more or less the same. There are a couple of differences, but they're all pretty much the same. 2nd
down, Economo will keep it himself. Dances out of a tackle at the 10, turns the corner at the 5. He is in. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Jake Economo with a 15-yard run. Makes it a 12-0 lead for the Blue Devils.
One of the interesting things, too, is seeing, with Osiris Lopez going to be completing his high school career next week, the JV game's also showing a great time to audition to see who will be the next starting quarterback for the Blue Devils. And Economo is a freshman trying to show what he can do. He had a 50-yard touchdown run called back earlier in this contest. He'll have to settle for 15 yards. That's almost the same, right?
They sound the same. Blue Devils will go for 2. They succeeded on 1 try earlier, but were guilty of a hold. Couldn't get the conversion from the 12. Economo pumps right under pressure. Now rolls to his right. Lofts one over the middle. Wide open. Pass is caught. Was he in bounds? Yes. 2-point conversion is good. Looks like the receiver on that one is Mr. La Rosa Little. Made the catch, kept his feet in bounds. Makes it a 14-0 lead for the Blue Devils. Devontae La Rosa Little with the catch on the 2-point conversion. So the Red Raider offense will come back out. According to Mr. Sweeney here in the booth, Jake Economo has 30 touchdown passes for the Leominster JV squad this season.
So here we go, Fitchburg now.
Tremendous
first and
season
10
for him.
On the 30.
Part of a great lineage as well, from what Mr. Sweeney tells us.
Blake Doyle's first down pass goes to the far side and incomplete. He was trying to hit William Jeffries.
Falls on incomplete.
Fitchburg's been willing to go to the air on occasion. Doyle hasn't been perhaps as accurate as they would like. It's been a challenge both on the varsity and the JV side for Fitchburg all season. Just trying to find yardage through the air. If you can open up that passing game even a little bit, keep it in the defense's mind, makes it that much easier to run the ball. Doyle will go under center here. Double wing offense, handoff goes straight up the middle. Across the 35 and just being pushed by the pile. Raider offensive line getting a great shove behind the ball carrier. Believe that was Hartwell Cormier who got the carry.
It was.
For the Red Raiders. It was indeed. Number 11 picks up 11. It's a first down for Fitchburg.
11 yards. First and 10 now.
You know, you say it was a double wing formation. I remember West Boylston running that play a few times to perfection over the years. There's out of the double wing and just using their offensive line to bully the defensive line, win the rugby maul, and then some. And that's one of the more successful iterations of that play, gaining 11 yards and a first down.
They go right back to that formation. I think Hartwell Cormier got an extra step, but they will try it again. Just plow him into the line. You get some guys in front of him, some guys behind him. Pick up 3 more yards.
Hartwell Cormier listed as a fullback. Has not gotten any carries out of the backfield on the varsity side this season, but he's made a couple of catches. Has 24 tackles on the defensive side of the ball. So that's another thing, too, is you see players in sort of different positions than they would play at the varsity level. Basically give them a chance to refine their skills a little more.
Absolutely, get them, guys who can contribute in a very specialized role or maybe are only at a level to contribute on one side of the ball at the varsity side. They can, play anywhere here at JV and get a little bit more experience, see how they can contribute in the years to come. Hartwell Cormier gets the carry again on second down, picks up a couple. I think Fitchburg is starting to hit a point of diminishing returns with these dives up the gut.
Christian Gabus in on the tackle for the Blue Devils.
It'll
be 3rd and 5 coming up here for Fitchburg. A couple minutes gone here in the second quarter. Leominster leading 14-0.
This is already the Raiders' most successful drive of the contest. They've earned themselves 16 yards on this drive and a 3rd and manageable 5 coming.
Doyle under center. 2 tight ends on either side. Hartwell Cormier is the back. And this time, I called this out a couple of plays ago. This time the officials won't even let it get started. Hartwell Cormier, you see this a lot with the Philadelphia Eagles on the tush push. He's just leaning his head forward, taking a big step before the snap. You can only get away with that so often. This time the officials say, no, come on back. That's 5 yards.
Maybe the first time you let that one go, see if he corrects, but if he does it again, it's like, okay, that's not an accident. I will throw my handkerchief.
And all of the gain that was gotten for Fitchburg on 1st and 2nd down is wiped away in an instant. They now face 3rd and 10. Need to get to the 49-yard line just across midfield. Would be the first time today Fitchburg's had the ball in Leominster territory. Doyle will go to the air. He's under pressure. He is hit. The ball is loose. Kicked and then fallen on by Hartwell Cormier. I think initially he was trying to scoop it up, and then he decided, you know what, the wiser thing is probably to just fall on this. He covers up at the 32-yard line. It's a loss of about 9, and Fitchburg will punt.
That's going to be a loss of about 8.
Rajon Curley-White, I think, burst through the line and was able to knock Doyle down, knock the ball away.
And he was coming from the offense's left side, Dan. There was, Doyle never saw him, didn't hear the footsteps. It's a pretty good punt by Lashua. Going to be stopped and picked up at the 20-yard line.
Ball
So
is
Leominster will
down
take over
by
right
Nancy
there.
Alvarez.
1st and 10 right at the 20-yard line.
And
6:17 to
that's where
play
the
here
Devils will take
in
over.
the second quarter.
Lashua has been the punter
Right
for the
at
Red
the
Raiders
20-yard
this year.
line.
He's been averaging about 30 yards a punt. So after the first two didn't quite go the distance that we're accustomed to seeing, that one goes for
48, I would think. Line of scrimmage to the 32, winds up at the 20. I can do football math.
I had 33 as the line of scrimmage, but either way,
It was good. It was a good punt.
it's good enough.
We'll see the Blue Devil offense again. 1st and 10 for them at the 20-yard line. It's Jeremiah Cruz lined up to the right side of Economo.
No, I think that's Curly White.
Play action fake. Economo's in trouble, and he is driven down. Alex Ferret and Josh Lamboy got to him.
And Josh Lamboy on the sack. For the Red
Didn't really
Raiders.
matter who was to the side
That's a
of
loss
Jake
of
Economo
7.
that time.
And it's
The
gonna
line
be
was
on
quickly
2nd and
breached.
17.
And it's a 7-yard loss as Lamboy and Ferret will get credit for the sack.
Red Raiders brought a little more pressure that time. They were able to get in from the right side, take Economo down. Now 2nd and 17. Still to the air, still under pressure. Try to float it out for Curly White. Catch is made. Ducks out of a tackle at the 15. Now he's got blockers. This is trouble for Fitchburg. He's across the 40. Curly White reverses field. He's at midfield. Great downfield block. Only Lashua to beat now at the 30. Cole Lashua holds him up
Curly
just in
White.
time for Hartwell Cormier to drive him down, but still a great job. Tremendous run after the catch by Rajon Curly White. There's an injured Red Raider down. That is John Hartwell Cormier. Came in, made the assist on that tackle. It's a 55-yard gain for the Blue Devils. But obviously right now, the attention turns to the sophomore linebacker, fullback, John Hartwell Cormier.
That last play went for 57.
It was tremendous dedication, Dan, by him to stay with that play even as downfield. You know, Lashua was holding up Curly White, probably looked like he was going to win the tackle, but obviously if you're a defender and you can contribute, you want to. Hartwell Cormier able to get up, and he will be helped off the field.
Hartwell Cormier's had a solid game. He's had a good season for the Red Raiders. He's just a sophomore. Obviously one of the captains for this JV side as well.
Yeah, you hate to see, obviously, injuries at any point, but particularly in a game like this with Thanksgiving coming to a guy who was probably going to contribute to the Red Raiders in some way on this coming Thursday. We'll keep an eye on him and hope for the best. 1st and 10 here for Leominster. Ball at the Red Raider 32-yard line. Economo under pressure immediately. Evades one tackler, evades another, got a 3rd and a 4th in front of him. Throw downfield is complete, however. It's going to be a 1st down and more for the Blue Devils. Quentin Jacobs with the catch. Lashua had the tackle for Fitchburg. And Jake Economo is under pressure every time he drops back to pass, but this time he was able to evade the rush and get the throw off.
So a lot of great moves there by Economo. Slippery and elusive, making it very difficult for him to be tackled. He's able to extend these plays, was able to find Quentin Jacobs for the completion. First catch of the day for Jacobs, gets 17 yards.
Jacobs heads to the sidelines for a breather. Eddie Melendez takes the field in his stead. 1st and 10 Blue Devils now at the Fitchburg 15, already leading this game by 2 scores. Economo wants to throw again. Pass to the right side is complete. Making the catch and then
Pass
spun
is
down
complete
pretty
to
much
Elijah
immediately is
Killebrew.
Elijah Killebrew.
Cruz on the coverage for the Red Raiders.
Deani Cruz with the coverage for Fitchburg.
Maybe a gain of 1 on that play is going to make it
Only a
second
gain
and
of a
9.
yard.
Ball now inside the 15 at the 14
Makes it
yard
second
line.
down and 9. I'm sorry, Dan, go ahead.
Felt like a little more, but I guess Cruz getting to the man very quickly and spinning him back. So just the yard there, but it is a catch there for Killebrew. It's his first of the day. I believe he's been targeted before.
Christopher Guerrero checks in at running back to the right of Economo. Trips receivers to the near side, one to the right. Economo looking left, throws left for the end zone. That's incomplete.
Geronimo's pass intended for
Yancy
Yancy
Alvarez got a
Alvarez.
hand on it. I think the pass might have been a little lower than he anticipated
Tight
it.
coverage there provided by the Red Raiders. Ball is incomplete.
Good coverage as well by Fitchburg. Forced the incompletion.
And now it's 3rd and 9.
So, Dan, you remember when some schmuck said that there wasn't going to be much throwing in this game? Boy, they don't let that guy talk into a microphone ever again. 3rd down and 9 coming up for Leominster. This time Guerrero lines up to the left and the trip receivers are to the right. Economo looks left, doesn't like it. Looks right, doesn't like it. He'll keep it and run. Gets out of a tackle at the 10 to the 5, and he is in.
And once
Touchdown,
again,
Blue Devils. Jake Economo, his second touchdown scramble of the day. This one from 14 yards out. Makes it a 3-score game, 20-0 in favor of Leominster. Dan, Jake Economo, you mentioned the upcoming battle to be the quarterback of the Blue Devils after Osiris Lopez says his goodbyes. Jake Economo is making a statement today, as he has all season long.
With what we've heard, with how good of a quarterback he's been in JV, you wonder if Osiris Lopez had already graduated. Maybe they would have trusted Economo to start as a freshman like Osiris Lopez did a few years ago. Obviously, he's got a lot of moves and he's got a lot of ability.
Blue Devils will go for 2. They were successful on their last attempt. They've basically lived in the shotgun today. Economo doesn't like what he sees. Now floats one to the left side. Got a man, and the catch is made. 2-point conversion is good. Eddie Melendez with the catch. So for the second time, Economo rushes for a touchdown and then throws for the 2-point conversion. It's not a true octopus, but, you know, in your hearts, it's kind of an octopus, right?
Well, like a little kind of maybe, yeah. But
A little kind of maybe, yeah. Okay, that's fair. Listen, it's hard. It's what makes the octopus special, I suppose.
yeah, but I feel it is, the touchdown run and then throwing the pass. It's like at the end of the day, in the official books, it's Melendez who will be credited with the 2 points. It's who's got the ball in the end zone in the end. So there's a little bit of the spiritual part to it, but
That's true. If you have Jake Economo in your Central Mass High School Fantasy League, 1, get help, and 2, do you get credit for that if he throws the 2-point
So
conversion?
Fitchburg now with the ball, 1st and 10 from the 30.
First down handoff for the Red Raiders goes to the fullback Cole Lashua. Breaks out of the initial wave of tackles, but is then brought down after a gain of 3.
Picks up 3, makes it 2nd and 7 from the 33-yard line.
I can tell you, Dan, just from taking a look at the far sideline, John Hartwell Cormier is up and jogging. He does have his right knee taped, but to the naked, untrained eye, he looks like a guy who wants to play more football today. Will he be allowed to? Don't know, but he wants to. Second down pitch for the Raiders goes to the left side. Deani Cruz, the ball carrier.
Cruz on the carry.
Gets a couple of
Flag
yards. There is a
on the play.
flag down, however. Flag came in around the 36-yard line
20
from the
making
back.
tackle. Esteban Figueroa. Well, let's see what we got.
We'll wait for the call from Mr. Charters. And we have a hold indicated against Fitchburg. Blue Devils will accept, so it'll be a 10-yard penalty, and they'll replay second down.
So that was holding on the Red
2:19 to
Raiders.
play here, second quarter.
10-yard penalty, moves the
Haven't
ball
had a
back
timeout
to
yet
the
in this one.
25-yard line. And we have a timeout.
You know, I just said that, Dan, and you'll never believe what we have. I got to look at you because I know Mr. Sweeney's giving me the evil eye, and I don't want to engage with that right now. But if it makes you feel any better, Sean, and this is a fun one-sided conversation because you can't respond in a way that people will hear. If it makes you feel any better, I was thinking of it from like a strategy perspective. You know, you're trying to drive downfield, get into the end zone. You've got all of your timeouts. You obviously were thinking of it from the let's get the F out of here perspective. But, you know, it's different. It's a fair rebuttal. I understand it. Folks at home will never see it, but it's all for the best. We'd get in trouble. Dan, did you see who took the timeout? I assume it was Fitchburg.
I did not see who took the timeout.
Clock operator up here has confirmed that it was indeed the Blue Devils who took the timeout.
Perhaps because Leominster would like the ball back.
That's fair. It's a reasonable desire for them to have. Having the ball more is a chance to put more points on the board. 2nd and 15 for Fitchburg. Doyle under center will throw to the left side. That pass is picked off. Intercepted at the far side at the 36-yard line by Esteban Figueroa. Figueroa comes back to the near side, tiptoes along the sideline, still on his feet and still in bounds. Finally driven down at the 12-yard line. There is a flag down, however, back at about the 29. Would have come in as Figueroa was reversing field. So I think a lot of this return may be negated. If it is a blindside block or a hold or something, Leominster would keep the ball if the infraction came after the interception. And it is a blindside block indicated against the Blue Devils. So Leominster will keep the ball. The block happened after the interception, but they'll be penalized 15 yards from the spot of that blindside block. They'll mark it 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils at the Fitchburg 44. So to your point, Dan, Leominster takes the timeout, stops the clock. They force the turnover. Now they have 2 minutes with which to work.
Change of placement of the ball. Leominster still retains it. And it's 1st and 10.
Blue Devils take over 1st and 10 again at the Fitchburg 44. They lead this game 22-0. They will also get the ball to begin the 3rd quarter, but they look to put points on the board here at the end of the first half. First down handoff goes to Albert Lopez. He's spun down by Josh Lamboy.
Lamboy immediately.
Heard a bit of a roar from the Fitchburg side at that tackle. They know who 29 is. They have opinions. I think that's fair to say.
One of 3 Blue Devils who made the changeover, swapped out the red and gray for the blue and white.
2nd and 9, Economo from the shotgun. Good protection for him this time. He wants it all deep downfield. Got a man and incomplete right through the hands of Michael Nikezia. Dan, there was nothing but sprint turf in front of him. He just couldn't bring it in.
Just got to find a way to get under that football, try to get your hands on it. Kezia is a junior.
Michael Kezia almost had that ball.
We've seen the Blue Devils try that deep shot a few times.
3rd and 9.
And I don't want to read too much into this, Dan, but Nikezia just ran over to the sideline and handed his gloves to a coach. So maybe we're going to blame the tools on that one. 3rd and 9 coming up for the Blue Devils. Trips receivers bunched to the near side this time. Economo throws, wobbling high and incomplete. That time it was intended for Alvarez. I think that ball just sailed on him a little bit. Couldn't deliver the tight spiral that he wanted. Now it's 4th and 9 for the Blue Devils.
Minute 22 left to play here in the first half.
It's an interesting decision whether you go for it or punt. And I think the decision is to go. Blue Devils confident that they can pick up the yardage or stop the Raiders if they don't. Economo under pressure immediately, has to get away from Lamboy. Still got him breathing down his neck. Now a man in front of him as well as he takes off and run. He's got the first down, however. Incredible run. Jake Economo under pressure almost from the moment he took the snap. Had to run for his life to get away from Josh Lamboy, then had a Red Raider in front of him, stopping him from getting the first down. He was able to evade both of them. Needed 9, he got 10. It's a first down for the Blue Devils.
Those are the great tools there that Jake Economo was able to use and show off there. Puts on the Jets, is able to avoid the one guy, even if Lamboy was able to shepherd him in the direction of a Blue Devil, of a Red Raider blocker who could take him down. Economo has the moves to get past him and get the first down on his feet. It's the 9th first down for the Blue Devils today, and their second fourth down conversion.
71 seconds left to play here in the first half. First and 10 Blue Devils at the 33. They try to add to their lead before the end of the quarter. Economo deep drop, going deep, got a man, catch is made at the 5, and he's in. Touchdown Blue Devils, Yenzi Alvarez with the 33-yard touchdown grab. You mentioned, Dan, that the Blue Devils had tried that deep shot a few times, hadn't been able to connect. This time Economo finds Alvarez, hits him in stride. Alvarez does the rest, and it's a touchdown for the Blue Devils.
Alvarez gets his second score of the contest. Economo now 5 for 11 for 111 yards in this game through the air. And now he's got his second score through the air as well. Both of them to Alvarez.
2 touchdown passes, 2 touchdown runs, a tremendous Chicken Bowl performance, and we're just in the first half for Jake Economo. Now the Blue Devils will go for 2. Economo steps up, throws into a crowd, and incomplete. He had Alvarez there, Michael Nikezia was there as well. A little bit tough to tell who the intended target was, but the pass falls incomplete.
Might have been kind of early, right? Not quite sure on that last play, but
there are a couple of different options there, but regardless, went through a lot of hands, and the Blue Devils have a 28-0 lead with a minute 2 remaining in the first half.
It's the first time today, Dan, that Leominster has gone for and failed a 2-yard, 2-point conversion.
3-yard.
3-yard. They had failed on one earlier, but that was after a hold backed them up an additional 10. I'll learn the rules eventually. We've only been doing this for a decade.
Yep. It's only the NFL that does the 2-yard line. Everybody else does the 3.
First down handoff for Fitchburg goes to Deani Cruz as they tried the right side. Really nothing doing there.
Brought down by 36.
A couple of different tackles, including Devontae LaRosa Little. It's a loss of 3. Backs Fitchburg up, and I think that'll put an end to any aspirations the Red Raiders might have had of scoring before the end of the half. They do need to run at least one more play.
Let's get a takeaway, defense. Walk that ball back.
Some of the visiting side is encouraging their defense to get the ball back because, hey, you know, there's still time on the clock. You never know what can happen. Doyle will go from the shotgun on the final play of this first half. Hand off to the deep setback Lashua. He's driven down at the 25 for a loss of a couple more yards. And that will send us to the locker rooms for halftime. Dan, just a dominating first half performance by the Blue Devils. They lead the Chicken Bowl 28-0 at the break.
28, Fitchburg 0.
Yep, the Raiders have had their challenges. It's been cold. It's been a little dreary.
A little dreary and cold out here. Use some words.
A little bit of the precipitation, moisture, humidity, all that stuff, making it a little difficult to really run the offense the way the Raiders would like. They have 13 yards of offense in the first half. Leominster with 262. And yeah, Leominster's just been dominating, and there's not really much more to say about it.
But of course, it is about more than just the game, which is the typical conversation topic when you go to when it's 28-0 at halftime. But it's tradition. The Chicken Bowl is, after all, one of many festivities that are part of Rivalry Week here in Fitchburg. And it is, again, all in Fitchburg this year. We've got the Chicken Bowl here at Crocker Field. Thanksgiving, we will be right back here at Crocker Field.
Indeed we do. Breakfast for the bands will be tomorrow. And that's at Fitchburg High School as well.
It's all in Fitchburg.
It's all Fitchburg all the time this year on Rivalry Week. And right now, in the first act of Rivalry Week, Leominster leads by 4 scores at the interval.
Dan and I will take the break with the players, but don't go anywhere, folks. We will have the second half of this one, plus Fitchburg Leominster girls flag football, all of that to come later today as Rivalry Week rolls on. That's hard for me to say. I should come up with a new tagline. We'll try that later here on FATV. Back here at historic Crocker Field as we're getting ready for the second half of the Chicken Bowl. Leominster leads Fitchburg by a score of 28-0. I'm John Gugerty alongside Dan Bolak. Blue Devils lost the opening coin toss. Fitchburg chose to receive the ball. Leominster thus will get it to begin the third quarter. Again, no kickoffs here at the JV level. 10-minute quarters as well. Leominster will get it 1st and 10 at their own 30 with 20 minutes of game time left. It's been a very, very, very good first half for Leominster. I think that's fair to say.
From the 30-yard line.
Leominster had 4 drives, and all of them ended when they ran out of field.
Again, pretty good. Jake Economo having himself a day. Under pressure here on first down. Hit as he throws. Ball goes out of bounds. They will rule an incomplete pass. Economo's arm did look like it was going forward, and Mr. Charters, our referee, agrees. Pressure for Fitchburg, as it has been all day, really, applied by Josh Lamboy and Alex Ferret. A couple of juniors playing here at the JV level for Fitchburg. Getting into the backfield and making life difficult for Economo.
Last play makes it 2nd and 10.
A couple of times the Raiders have been able to breach the offensive line for the Blue Devils, make Economo scramble, and sometimes even knock him down.
Second down handoff goes to the right side, bursting into the second level across the 45 and brought down at midfield. Great run there by Rajon Curley White. He had a tremendous first half, a big run, a big catch and run. Well over 100 total yards for him on the game. Has not found the end zone yet. He's been tackled deep downfield a couple of times.
He was second in rushing yardage coming into the second half. He had 63 yards to Jake Economo 69, but with one play, Curly White will take the lead right back.
1st and 10 Blue Devils at midfield. Trip receivers to the right side. Economo will throw that way. Pass is high and incomplete. A little bit too tall for Elijah Killebrew. I think if there's one criticism you could have, Dan, of Economo's play, at least today, he's been a little bit off target on occasion. For the most part, he's been able to deliver the ball, but there have been a few overthrows, a few quick passes that have been a little too tall. It's almost, and stop me if you've heard this before or if it's scary or anything, it's almost like he's a JV quarterback who's very young and learning and talented and gonna be great and gonna get better, or something like that.
Yep. It's almost like it's cold and dreary and wet and moisture laden, and sometimes it's hard to control your accuracy when the conditions are like that.
It is indeed all of those things. Second down and 10. Handoff goes to the left side. This is Christopher Guerrero with his best run of the day. He's across the 40. Brought down at about the 37-yard line. However, it is Fitchburg football. Guerrero lost the handle. Down at the bottom of the pile, the pigskin is claimed by a Red Raider. Red Raiders will take over at their own 38-yard line, it looks like.
Well, the Raiders was slow to get up, and that was Daniel Matias.
Speaking of Red Raiders and being slow to get up, it is very good to see John Hartwell Cormier back out on the field. He came down hard on his right knee and had to be helped off the field earlier in the first half. I frankly didn't think we'd see him again for the rest of the game, but he has taped it up. He is good to go. He is making plays on defense, and he'll come out on offense as Fitchburg takes over.
First time Leominster's had a drive today that didn't end with a touchdown.
Blue Devils have been penalized a few times. This time the turnover bug bites them. Guerrero loses the fumble and Fitchburg takes over. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at their own 38. Blake Doyle is the quarterback. It's a handoff to Hartwell Cormier going to the right side. He is hit at the line and driven backward.
Cormier on the carry.
Number of different Blue Devils in there. I think the first one was, Dan, there is no 67 on this roster.
Yep, Jose Salazar and Raymond Luxury Yacht leading the charge there.
There you go.
For the Blue Devils.
Our old friend Ed Reynolds in on the play as well.
7 out there, but not sure who that player is.
Officially no gain for Hartwell Cormier.
Result of the play is 2nd and 10 now.
We did get a few supplemental additions to the Blue Devil roster at halftime.
We know one player who we've given credit to is not the player we thought it was.
I wouldn't call it credit, but, you know, if it comes up. Doyle is under pressure here on 2nd down, and he is sacked. Final hit made by Albert Lopez. The initial rush was from Mr. Luxury Yacht.
Along with number 29, Albert Lopez.
Right back to the 29-yard line there. And just breaking through, great pressure.
It's an 8-yard loss on the sack. It'll be 3rd and 18 coming up for the Red Raiders.
Loss of 8 on the play now makes it 3rd and 18.
Unable to really get anything in terms of sustained offense in the first half. The second half is somehow worse, at least thus far. Doyle will go from the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. Does have Hartwell Cormier to his right. Looks left, looking long to the left for Lashua. It's high and incomplete. Lashua had to go up for it. I think he'd tell you that he wants to have it back. Had a chance to make the catch, unable to do so. And it will be 4th down. Fitchburg goes 3 and out.
Would have been the Raiders' 3rd first down of the contest if Lashwood was able to make the catch. Obviously required a little bit of athleticism. It was not a catch that required ordinary effort. And that being said, though, it was the best ball I think that Doyle's thrown all day. It was a tight spiral. It looked solid, maybe just a little high. And Lash will now boot this ball in frustration as it will take a very solid roll all the way down to the 17.
Another good punt for Lashua. Again, here at the JV level, the punts are uncontested and there are no returns. It's just a matter of where you down the ball is where you get the ball. So Leominster's offense comes back out. Their defense able to hold after the turnover. Be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils at about, looks like their 17-yard line is where they'll call that. Economo, as he has all day, will go from the shotgun. It's a 1st down handoff to the right side. Great initial blocking into the 2nd level. Got a 1st down and more. Finally spun down at about the 32-yard line. And again is Rajon Curly White. Gets across the 30 to the 31. Give him 14 yards and a Blue Devil 1st down.
But it's going to be 1st and 10 now. And the ball moved to the 31-yard line.
I know his name is Curly White, but he's getting mo and mo yardage with every carry. First to 10 Blue Devils at the 31-yard line. Economo goes from the shotgun. Curly White gets the carry to the right side again and into the 2nd level again. He's at midfield. He might be gone. 35-30, one man to beat. Can Jeffries run him down at the 10-5? Touchdown, Blue Devils! Rajon Curly White with a 69-yard touchdown run makes it 34-0 in favor of the Blue Devils.
Leominster.
Another dynamic freshman for the Blue Devils in Rajon Curly White. As we've mentioned already, he's already played a role in the Leominster varsity defense this season. Now he's showing what he can do on offense, and he would like to get into that running back rotation next year, I believe. With the runs like that, he's got 166 yards in the ground a day.
Remember these names for the years to come. Jake Economo, Rajan Curly White could be making their name here in North Central Mass for a long time. Blue Devils will go for two with a run to the left side. Turning the corner and in for the two-point conversion is Albert Lopez.
Lopez on the left side
Makes it
for
36-0.
That makes it 36-0.
6:03 to play here in the third quarter. Leominster's had it 6 times, Dan. They have scored 5 times and turned it over once.
We've not had to see who Leominster trusts for punting duties today.
The running clock rules at the JV level, are they the same as varsity?
Yep.
It's
We've been
just
told
been
that
confirmed.
they are.
Thank you, Mr. Sweeney.
So that will require another touchdown for Leominster. 42 after halftime, 30 after three-quarter time. So that means the Red Raiders do have 6 minutes and 3 seconds to find themselves a touchdown and an extra point or two.
This is true. And will have their chance to do so starting as they usually do at their 30-yard line. Blake Doyle remains in at quarterback, I formation behind him. Handoff goes to the fullback, John Hartwell Cormier. Plunges into the line for 2, maybe 3 yards.
Cormier on
As
the
the mall
carry.
forms behind him. Really, the only sustained offense Fitchburg was able to get in the first half, Dan, was when they lined up in the double wing with Hartwell Cormier and just kind of plunged everybody forward.
That feels like the type of play that will work once or twice, but you've got to be able to run some other plays to work that out. Because they're going to go get another football onto the field. They don't like this one. But that last one did get 4 yards.
Well, you know, it's damp, it's slick. It probably was out there for all of halftime.
From the 34-yard line, huh?
2nd and 6 coming up for the Red Raiders. Handoff goes to the tailback, Deani Cruz, as he tries the left side. It's across the line of scrimmage in the 35 to about the 36. So a gain in 2 will make it 3rd and 4.
Elijah Killebrew will get it on the tackle. Wraps up Cruz at the 36, he'll give him 2.
3rd and 4 from the 36.
Samil Cadiz Diaz, incidentally, is the gentleman wearing 67 for the Blue Devils. Got himself in on a few plays on that last drive for the Red Raiders. Again, that's Samil Cadiz Diaz, wearing 67 for the Blue Devils and having himself a pretty good game. Now we get movement at the snap. Offsides against the Blue Devils. That will hand Fitchburg a first down. Dan, you heard a particularly vocal minority of the Blue Devils fans were rather upset with that offsides infraction. I think that's fair to say.
They were not pleased about it. But yes, there are penalties in JV football too.
Always things to improve upon, even when it is 36-0 in for what for a lot of these guys basically is their Super Bowl. You know, for many of these players, they will contribute a little bit on Thanksgiving, but for a lot of them as well, this is it. This is the final game action they're going to see. As the first down handoff for the Red Raiders goes to Deani Cruz. He's into the second level, loses the ball in Blue Devil territory, and it has fallen on at the 35-yard line. Jaden Surratt is the one who fell on it for the Blue Devils. I believe the fumble was forced by number 40, Ryan Fernandez.
Surratt coming up to the ball for the Blue Devils. And that's going to make it 1st and 10 going the other way.
It's a big gain for Fitchburg for Deani Cruz. He was hit from behind, the ball rolled forward. And Jaden Surratt was able to fall on it. Blue Devils take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Handoff for Lopez. He ducks out of a tackle to the left side. Come along the near side sideline. Now reverses field. He's spun down at the 49 by Cole Lashua. Good first down run by Albert Lopez. They will give him right to the midfield stripe, so call it 17 yards and a first down for Lopez. The Blue Devils have it at midfield. .333 to go here, third quarter. Leominster leads 36-0, looking to make it more. Get us into running time. Economo from the shotgun, deep drop, going long, got a man, catch is made, sliding grab is made on the far side by Bailey Tikataki. Tikataki, one of those gentlemen whose names we called incorrectly in the first half. We apologize for that. Makes a nice sliding grab there. It's a 27-yard catch. Economo's ball was a little low, but it was a very good sliding catch by Bailey Tikataki to give the Blue Devils another first down.
6 for 14 is Economo for 138 yards. Fifth different receiver to get a catch today. It's Bailey Tikataki adds his name to the Stats ledger.
First and 10 Blue Devils at the Fitchburg 33. They'll go to Lopez again. He ducks out of a number of tackles at the line of scrimmage into the second level. 10-5. Touchdown Blue Devils. Albert Lopez, the former Red Raider, from 23 yards out, makes it 42-0 and keeps that clock rolling.
It's been that kind of day for the Blue Devils. Just about everything coming up roses. And for Albert Lopez, 4 carries for 50 yards, and he'll join the end zone as well.
Two touchdown catches for Alvarez, 2 touchdown runs for Economo. Curly White had a touchdown run, and now Albert Lopez with the 6th Blue Devil score. They'll look for 2. Economo rolls to his right. He's got it there if he wants it, and he will take the 2 points himself. Gets into that front right corner. It's just so tough, Dan, to defend that quarterback rolling out if the quarterback has any kind of speed and vision, which Economo very clearly does. Even if you have a spy on him, the angle is just so hard on those 2-point conversions.
Ends up just becoming a foot race to the pylon, and Economo's got the wheels to win those.
Fitchburg's offense will come back out. They'll get it first and 10 at their own 30. So we had under 1:15 to play here in the third quarter. Again, with the score being what it is, the clock will stop briefly at the end of the third period and then begin rolling at the start of the fourth. 10 minutes from there, that will be the end of this Chicken Bowl. First down handoff goes to Deani Cruz.
Cruz on the carry.
Gets across the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down for Fitchburg. Cruz has had a couple big gains, Dan, on his last 2 carries. They've been some of the best plays of the day for the Red Raiders.
Cruz has gotten a couple carries at the varsity level. He's showing some promise. One of the many freshmen on this roster.
That's a first down for the Red Raiders.
Perhaps he'll be able to use this. Maybe he'll get some carries on Thanksgiving.
Good showing here. Could get you some playing time on Thursday. Deani Cruz with what is likely the final play of the third quarter goes head over heels into Blue Devil territory. Another first down for Fitchburg.
Number 5, Elijah Killebrew.
Elijah Killebrew made the final tackle for the Blue Devils, but not before Deani Cruz went barreling into the Blue Devils and getting himself a first down.
That was 13 yards on that play.
He's been putting in the work. And
first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
In this contest, Cruz 9 carries for 52 yards. He's definitely been coming on strong in the last couple of quarters.
Dan, I would guess, and this is just me basically approximating, those 52 yards that Deani Cruz has, I would speculate that they represent 110% of the Raiders' total offense.
Let's see. So that is math that I can actually do. It's not 110%, but it's not far off. I have to pull out the calculator to do 52 div 59.
Okay. So it's just shy of, it's most of it.
It's most of it.
Most of it. But it's not, I was thinking that the Raiders as a team had lost yardage outside of Mr. Cruz's contributions,
So at
which
the
is
end
not
of
the
the quarter,
case.
we go
It's 88% of the offense.
It's a pretty good day.
10 minutes to go here in
Relatively
the game.
speaking, at least.
44-0 is the score.
So the teams will chat about things for another minute or so, and then they'll get back on the field at the Leominster 47-yard line. Ms. Napolitano will start the clock, and then 10 minutes after she starts the clock, the game will be over.
And we should mention, folks, if you're watching this game at this point, you probably know, but just in case you don't, this is the 132nd year of the rivalry. We will have the 144th meeting of the rivalry this coming Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, a 10 a.m. kickoff here on FATV. I'll be there. Dan will be there. Cam Manette will be there. The Truck will be there. Sean Sweeney will be there. Hopefully, you will be there as well.
It'll be Cruz. Let's go out to the right side. A lot of jersey pulling there by his counterparts.
Yeah, it was Cruz brought down by his
Christopher Guerrero in on that tackle. Also
Guerrero.
Thomas Walsh as well joining the fray. Able to hold Cruz to two yards of the game.
A 2-yard gain.
Yes.
There you go.
It's 10 a.m. My words don't work right sometimes.
It's cold. Is it still 10 a.m.? I thought we started at 10 a.m.
It's 11:40 now.
Okay. People watching this on demand could be watching at 10 a.m.
Very possible. Here's Cruz up the middle. Gets about 5 before he's tripped up.
Tripped up by 65.
Dan, did you know that you can go back and watch FATV programming, including but not limited to, live sports and government meetings and Barbara and You and Chess Chat and all of the various programs of FATV? You can watch those anytime on demand at fatv.org.
Yes, you can.
That's a thing people can do.
Absolutely.
I would say we encourage you to do that, but that gets into calls to action, and it's for us. It's probably fine.
Another run up the middle. It's Hartwell Cormier getting the carry, and he gets himself 6 yards and a first down.
And he's picked up the first down.
I have been really surprised, Dan, to see John Hartwell Cormier getting back into this game after the way he was grabbing at his leg when he left the game in the second quarter. Even when he was up and moving about, I figured there was no way he would be getting back into that. So a testament not only to his toughness, but also a bit of a lucky break that he's not too terribly injured the first time. Good to see him back out there out on the field.
He'll get another dive up the middle. The fullback pushing forward past the 30-yard line.
Hartwell Cormier on that carry.
4-yard gain for John Hartwell Cormier, the sophomore.
6 from the 30-yard line.
He's got 7 carries for 30 yards in this game.
Hey, give me the ball, Blue. Let's go.
There have been some bright signs for Fitchburg, particularly in this second half. Hartwell Cormier doing good work. Yanni Cruz doing good work as well as he gets the second down carry and gets basically nothing.
And another 20-24 combination.
He received the
there
football,
from
and
Guerrero.
then just as quickly as he
In
got
the
the football,
backfield.
Christopher Guerrero, his counterpart,
gain.
said, this is as far as you go.
3rd and 10.
Loses the 4 yards that Hartwell Cormier got on first down. 7:15 to go in this game. Blue Devils leading by a lot to nothing. A formation for Doyle. He's going to throw over the middle. Lasho has got the catch, breaks out of one tackle, stays on his feet, and
Lasho.
rumbles to the 15-yard line.
Interception from Doyle.
We've seen the Raiders go with a very similar look a few times today, Dan, where they line up under center in the I formation. Doyle takes the snap and basically immediately pops up and throws it. The first few times the passes have been off target, but right there, you see the threat that poses. When you've got a big target like Cole Lashua lined up at your tight end, you've got a quarterback who can deliver a strike to him, that very quick slant can be a very dangerous play.
It's 20 yards. It's the first completion on the day for the Red Raiders. They try to carry again to Cruz, but Devontae LaRosa Little and Samil Cadiz Diaz broke into the backfield. It's a loss of a few yards this time. Back to the 17-yard line, the loss of 3. Under 6 minutes to go in the contest.
So it is second down now, 13 to go.
Now they're wise to so they go to Lashua on the right side.
Ball intended for Lashua.
2 different Blue Devils draped on him.
Coverage provided by
Elijah Killebrew was there,
5.
and so was Raymond Luxury-Yatch Jr. As that was 48. Oh, that's Drew Martin.
That is Drew Martin. We had seen earlier, just a couple plays ago, Dan, they went to a similar play with Lashua running a slant or a crossing route. This time they go to it, but with an out-breaking route like a corner, try to mix up the look on the defense, pass just a little bit off target, as well as very good coverage by the Blue Devils.
3rd down and 13 to go. The Raiders with their best drive of the contest, trying to break the shutout. It's going to be the throw over the middle. Lashua's got the catch. Bounces off one man at the 5, still driving forward, trying to dive across the goal line. He's down at the 1.
To the naked eye, Dan, it looked like Lashua had gotten in. He was barreling over potential tacklers. We saw Lashua make one of the most spectacular catches we've ever seen in a varsity game earlier this season on the sideline. This time he just barrels through the tacklers. Made that catch, would not be denied until the very last moment, brought down inside the 1.
I would kind of like the idea of lining him up as a fullback and letting him have the ball. And, well, they are going to line him up as a fullback. Perhaps they'll let him have the ball. They will. He's going to drive it to the line, see if he can get the score he deserves. But the Blue Devils aren't going to play like that.
No gain there.
They brought in Nathaniel Gonzalez, the sophomore, for a little more meat and muscle on the defensive line. And I think it was Gonzalez who got the penetration, helped deny Lashua on that first down carry.
Michael Lemieux also factoring in on the tackle. All right, so it's not going to be as easy as a simple fullback dive to Lashua.
I mean, you say that, it's still 2nd and goal from the 1.
Still very difficult to stop.
I almost would just line him under center, have him take the snap and go in.
Lashua did take a couple of snaps as a quarterback in the Maynard game. He'll line up as a tight end this time. It's going to be Cruz, and he's going to walk in on the left side. Touchdown, Red Raiders!
Scoring for the Red Raiders.
Deone Cruz will finish off the drive and get the Raiders on the board with under 3 minutes to go.
Deone Cruz had a number of good runs earlier in this second half for Fitchburg. Good to see him getting some points on the board here in the Chicken Bowl.
Time to see what the Raiders will run for a conversion. Line up by formation, have one receiver split out far to the right, try to go fullback dive to Hartwell Cormier, and he got wrapped up immediately by the ankles. Christian Gabus with a hard grip.
And Gabus was able to grab Hartwell Cormier around the ankles. He couldn't lunge forward to get the ball across the line. And with the grip that Gabus had, there was nothing Hartwell Cormier could do. He was going to be driven down. And now with under a minute and a half to play, with the change of possession after the touchdown, we'll see the Blue Devils come out and I would suspect take one. They'll probably have to take 2 knees. But I would be surprised if we see a proper offensive play run.
We'll see what happens. We'll change up the quarterback, though, and have Elijah Killebrew take a snap. Give him a turn at quarterback, see what it's like. He's actually going to throw it downfield to the right side. It's going to be caught. Brady Reed has got the catch. Cutting across to the far side. Take it out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
Number 28, making the play. Tackle.
With the clock running and all that, why not just try something a little different, see what happens?
You could see, Dan, from our perspective here in the press box, Killebrew kept looking to the sideline, and there was a coach on the Blue Devil sideline gesturing above his head, pointing downfield as if saying, go for it. Go for it, they do. Killebrew hit the receiver in stride. Reed made the catch and run.
Now Killebrew's going to keep himself in the 20, the 15, the 10. It'll be knocked out of bounds at the 5. There's a flag that will take so long to adjudicate there'll be no more time for any more football. The game will be over, and the Blue Devils win the Chicken Bowl by a score of 44-6.
That's our final score, ladies and gentlemen, here from Crocker Field.
A dominating performance by Leominster, to say the least. A well-earned, well-deserved victory for them. For a Fitchburg fan, or a Fitchburg native, and I am not a native, and for purposes of this conversation, I'll call myself a fan. That last pass leaves a nasty taste in your mouth, doesn't it? Like, I understand. It's the Chicken Bowl. It's young guys. You want to get them reps. You want to get them practice. You're leading 44-6, and it's the final play of the season. What are you doing? It worked. Nobody got hurt. Nobody is physically mad about it. What are you doing?
At least there were players that hadn't actually factored in those manners in the contest. Killebrew taking a snap at quarterback, which he probably has not had too many opportunities to do. Give himself a chance to throw the ball to a player whose name we hadn't called out all day.
This is true. These are all fair and good points.
Yep, and with the clock already running, like if it wasn't Mercy situation, I think it'd be ruder. But because the clock was already running, a knee is no different. Granted, you could say maybe they want to go and get to 50 and all of that stuff, but if the Raiders were wearing the Blue Devils shoes, would they be trying the same thing?
I don't know. We can't know. You'd like to think not, but you don't know. It's football. There's egos. It is, after all, but one man's opinion.
Now, Leominster finished with, before the last play, 490 yards because there was a penalty flag, and I don't know where that last run there from Killebrew ended, so I can't tell you what the exact yardage would be for Leominster at the end, but nearly 500 yards of offense. Fitchburg finished with 106. 14 carries for 53 yards for Dione Cruz. John Hartwell Cormier had 7 for 30. Blake Doyle was 2 for 9 through the air. Found Cole Lashua for 36 yards apiece. For the Blue Devils, Rajon Curley-White, 8 carries for 166 yards and a score. Jake Economo, 6 for 69 and 2 scores. Albert Lopez, 4 for 50 and a score. He had 2 touchdown passes for Economo, both finding Yanzi Alvarez. But ultimately, 6 different players had receptions for the Blue Devils as they win this Chicken Bowl and advance to an indeterminate number and an indeterminate number. While Fitchburg falls to indeterminate number and indeterminate number.
Hey, they finish with equal records.
So it seems, yeah. Or you could say...
equally determinable records.
Yep. Leominster finishes the JV season with a record of X+1 and Y, while Fitchburg will finish with a record of A and B+1.
There you go. That sounds right. Fill in the variables as you like, folks. We want to extend our thanks to Travis Falk, who ran the camera for us today, set everything up. We had to do basically no manual labor as part of setting this up, which is the best kind of manual labor. We also want to thank Nate Glennie, who was here providing support, including breakfast for us here in the press box. Our thanks, as always, to Travis and Nate for the work that they do, and to you folks at home for watching. Do come back for the Thanksgiving game. And hey, if you are watching us live, we've got girls flag football coming up in just a few minutes. The final score for the final time, Leominster 44, Fitchburg 6. So long from the Chicken Bowl. We'll see you next time here on FATV.